Hello, everyone. I'm Siren Jag. I'm a makeup enthusiast and a commentator on the drama end of the true crime community here on YouTube. I'm also a proud panel hopper, and I also do part time music and comedy and anything else I like here on the platform. And today we're going to have to accept two things. First of all, this caller's going to happen because there's no iron in this house. So this is just going to be a thing. So just accept it. And second of all, we're going to have to dip into some comments that happened here on YouTube. So we're just gonna buckle in. We'll just buckle in. Yeah, because some people had some things to say about me. And I was surprised. Well, I wasn't surprised about one person, but I was surprised about the other. So let me share my screen. Oh, and there's a smidgen of a couple of other people. So let's get things kicked off. Let me get my screen set up the way I like it. Right? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, the first thing we're going to do is get the quick one out of the way. We're getting the quick one out of the way. Pastor Mill. 2 weeks ago ish, posted. Apparently, people are still pushing a false narrative that I'm homophobic. Lol. But yet, no one actually quotes what I've said or puts up a clip or a screenshot, even after I offered $500 to anyone who can show me where I said or wrote anything homophobic. Come on, guys. I'm sure someone could use that extra $500 just before Christmas. The offer has been sitting in my community post down below for almost 2 weeks, I believe, but yet no one even attempted to claim the prize. Interesting, all the same. I'm at the point where it's becoming rather hilarious. Ha 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 ha. I'm still waiting for receipts, but apparently they have none. And then he tagged Lufa for some reason. I have no idea why. Now, this is set for 2 weeks, probably because I haven't seen it. Now, even though Brutally Honest and I did an entire stream on Brutally Honest channel pointing out his rampant homophobia. So, is is this offer still active? Was there an expiration date on this? Because lest we forget, apparently he forgot that he did an entire, what was supposed to be a 3-part series condemning Save Robbie that turned into 6 videos condemning Save Robbie. And it was supposed to be an open, holy rebuke of Save Robbie. What turned into condemning everything that he thought was wrong with Save Robbie's Christianity. And one of the huge points in that was the fact that Save Robbie is a homosexual man. Now, if that is not homophobic, I don't know what to tell you, Pastor Mill, because I have newsflash. That is completely homophobic. And open rebukes are not done in the regular Christian church anymore. They're just not, as if they were ever done. Because as I wildly demonstrated to you in video, I brought out the receipts in the Bible, from the Bible. And here it is, straight from Matthew, straight from Jesus' own words. Judge not that you be not judged, for with the judgment you pronounce, you will be judged. And with the measure you use it will be measured to you. Why do you see the speck that is in your brother's eye, but do not notice the log that is in your own eye? Or how can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye when there is the log in your own eye? You hypocrite, first take the log out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to take the speck out of your brother's eye. In other words, Jesus says, mind your own business, Pastor Mill, but yet you saw fit to attack Save Robbie for his homosexuality. That is why you are homophobic, Pastor Mill. That is why you are homophobic, Pastor Mill. You can send my $500. On the donation button of this video as a super thanks. Of course you won't. You'll move those goalposts. You'll say, oh, but I'm not homophobic because blah, 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 blah. Move those goalposts, Pastor Mill. Oh, and I saw that video where you claim that a pastor has to be anointed. And I'm sorry, but a pastor does not have to be anointed. That is your thing. That does not apply in every church. You make the mistake, you see, of forgetting that there was a Protestant Reformation. And the Protestant Reformation started happening, and the Catholic Church went, boom. And then there was a Lutheran Church, boom. And then there started being other offshoots of different churches from all that. Boom, 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 boom. And each one had slightly different beliefs. And yours is off in here. And here are all the other churches. And you are over here by yourself. Quite literally, because you have no church. Tell me I'm an idiot again. Oh, I did watch a little bit of A Certain Someone. I got some comments. Oh, and before anyone says anything about, oh, this is from a band stream, do you see any of her words? Point out which stream this is from. Point out which channel this is from. Anyway, let's go on. Tasha is unstoppable. Maybe one day they will get it. As YouTube has literally stopped her over 25 times. She's like Daffy Duck in that Robin Hood Daffy cartoon. Yoinks and away! 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 We are queer. We are here. And we ain't going nowhere. As YouTube literally forces you to go places. And literally all of you on the channel are queer? All of you? That's news to me. Was there some kind of like Dr. Doofenshmirtz Nator device from like Phineas and Ferb or something? The corn reference is from a meme Natasha posted earlier. She's indestructible, just like corn. What? You realize corn is destroyed all the time. It is harvested. They take the combine and they harvest it. They destroy it. They chop up the corn stalks. They take the corn cobs. They take the corn off the corn cobs and they turn it into food. They turn it into fuel. They turn it into whiskey and bourbon. They grind it into flour for tortillas. Mmm, delicious tortillas. Hey, turn it into cornmeal. And make corn syrup. And they've been grinding corn so your body could digest it for thousands upon thousands of years. This is not new technology. All you literally need is 2 rocks. And your corn is completely able to be destroyed. The more they try, the stronger of a community we get. That is not grammar. And it's also completely incorrect because every time NC's channel goes down, the audience says, screw this, and more leaves. And they can't say that people don't know where she is because they've got that Linktree thing. And how tough is it to type Natasha Cooper into a search bar of YouTube? And they can't say they don't know she's coming back to YouTube because she always comes back to YouTube. Someone said they are about to see how human I am. How? Are you going to make errors? We will always be here, no matter how many times they try. We ain't going anywhere. Literally, as YouTube shuttles you places. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. What do they get out of taking your channels down when they know you are relentless and will be knack? Knack? What is knack? No, she's not relentless. She's stubborn because she believes she won't earn the money on a platform where she is allowed to be, despite the fact that I could tell you that Nick Rekieta of Rekieta Law has signed an exclusive contract, semi-exclusive contract with Rumble to produce content for them, and he's making more money there. Rumble ponied up the money to match what he lost to make the move. The money can be made if you go over there. And there's no censorship over there. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, Natasha, their only content. But once they are all, they're pirates. Once they are all off here and gone for good, ooh can put that crown back on and do what ooh do best, true crime. Since I've last done one of these streams, I've released, I think, 2 songs. Um, I've done my Christmas heavy drama stream. I've appeared on multiple panels, and I've even sung in Italian. I'm producing another song that I just haven't released yet. Of course, the content is a little slower because I'm having to work my ass off at work. Oh, but yeah, Natasha's my only content, right? I don't even know where she is. This is old stuff. True crime used to be what NC did best. Now, all she really does is insult people like a 6th grader. YouTube are to blame for this. They don't care about harassment, doxing, threats. Their TOS stands for nothing. That's funny. That's what everyone else said when they weren't taking NC down when she was doing all those things. But now that YouTube is taking her down, suddenly NC's camp is crying about this. And I'm not going to argue that YouTube doesn't enforce their TOS unequally, because we all know they don't enforce their TOS equally. But I mean, it is what it is. What is Vegemite? It is a fermented vegetable spread that tastes really foul unless you spread it really thin on toast. I thought about going to buy some and eating it on camera for this, but then streams happened and I had to get this recorded. So here we are. Do they realize that this drawing can be considered obsession? This was when Red Kim had made that intentionally bad crayon and pen drawing of Natasha. Does this mean that anyone who draws NC is suddenly obsessed with her? Does this mean that anyone who does a drawing or a portrait or anything of anyone is suddenly obsessed with that person? Do they know that this statement is completely stupid? It's completely stupid. Why am I waving this makeup brush around? I'm a conductor. I mean, is that not considered cyberbullying? No, it's not. A drawing is not cyberbullying. You're looking for a continued repeated pattern. Across like all social media. And sorry. But we're done with NC. We're going to move on to AJ. Hey, girl. Hey. AJ put up a poll. She wrote, do you feel I have told my side of the story enough regarding the temporary protection order case between me and Save Robbie? As I took this poll, this screenshot, 114 votes. Everyone, 75% said, yes, you've harped on it enough. 25% said, no, keep talking, AJ. And she can't say that people came over and shot the results up like that because the only person who said anything about it was brutally honest during one stream with 30 people on it. That's 30 votes. So at most. So let's see. The eyeball test taking 30 votes away from roughly to do the math. That would still be like that would knock the votes down to where the yeses would still win. So yes, you've said enough. There's nothing new you could add at this point, period. It's like the Watts case. You've kicked that dead horse and kicked it and kicked it and kicked it. There's nothing you could add. Oh, and by the way, this stupidity where she's like, Oh, I didn't drop my case because of lack of evidence. I dropped it because there was no way I could obtain any evidence. Y'all. Y'all. That's a lack of evidence. She can word salad it up as much as she likes. That's a lack of evidence. So she had to put lack of evidence. But while we're on the subject of AJ, creator tip of the day. When you run out of content for your drama live streams here in the Krama community, don't panic. Try this growing trend for a new content idea. Stalk community pages of the channels you don't like and focus your live stream content on what they post. For best results, highlight all the comments for extra shaming effects. This is a sure way to scare commenters into never leaving a comment again, while giving you hours of content to repeat over and over for days. Yay! First of all, that's not what I normally do. So your attempt to come at me failed. But just to humor you, I'm going to look at your community page. And have a look, see, and see what's there. Well, what you haven't deleted anyway. Maybe I'll have some extra shaming effects. Oh, and by the way, the idea behind what I do with my commentary is not to shame anyone. It's to get people to think before they post stupid crap. Stupid crap like this. Father Snugglenut made a good community post. Check it out. I'm over this bullshit community. I'm tired of threats to my real life. My job called, my family called, my child targeted, CPS calls, police calls, all of it. This place is full of people that do all these things, is applauded and supported. What does it come to around here? A bunch of psychos running around, blah, 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 blah. Skip all that. I am not obsessed with anyone. Oh, bullshit. I'm guilty of being obsessed with the truth. And the truth doesn't matter around here. The truth is ignored and mocked by a bunch of hypocrites and idiots that have nothing to do but troll people online. The truth doesn't matter here. The right thing doesn't matter. There's no point in trying anymore. Happy holidays. First of all, let's check out Father Snuffle's post. Father Snuffles says, I'm going to explain the difference between being a victim and being a combatant because people tend to coddle the people they like and vilify the people they don't. When one person is doing nothing wrong and another person bullies and terrorizes them, despite them wanting nothing to do with it, the person just wants to be left alone as a victim. When two people engage in back and forth bullshit, they are combatants. If you are a combatant, then you cannot expect people to rush to your aid. You are willingly engaged in combat. The viewers are not. It is no different than a boxer putting on the gloves and agreeing to fight. They can't expect the spectators to jump in and pummel their opponent just because they start losing. It is just not the way the world works. The drama community is literally people fighting with each other for the subs and spectators' entertainment. Everyone thinks the creator they support is the good guy and roots for them to win like any other sport. No drama creator is a victim. They're all willing participants. If the person you're fighting with starts getting too dirty for your comfort, then disengage. Find something else to talk about. Go legal, get a bat and bash the head in, whatever. Don't sit around sobbing about being a victim while simultaneously trashing the person publicly. Father Snuffles. You have it slightly wrong. Because the way you become a victim in the drama community is if you are of a character that is above reproach, or if the other person does something so heinous that all the spectators come to your defense. And I've seen numerous times where the spectators have come to someone's defense. But we're coming back up here because we all know that AJ is obsessed with anyone. She has the slightest hint of a moderate disagreement with. Having with the Claire, having with Robbie, having with Lycan. She thinks her point of view is constantly the truth when it's so obviously not. She'll fabricate whatever she likes. And whenever she runs her mouth enough that people quit caring, she believes she's the victim. Someone responding to AJ's post saying, seriously, good gravy, people that can't tolerate a different opinion or respect others' right to speak out on anything really are closed-minded. Geez, maybe they need to log off and stop digging and threatening people for speaking out against problematic people, because quite frankly, that is actually disturbing and psychotic behavior, threatening people's jobs. Wowzers, I'm floored by the lack of boundaries these people exhibit. Shaking my head. No, differing opinions are fine as long as you express them respectfully. If you attack somebody, that's a problem. if you claim that you are going to call some group and have them attack you in real life, attack someone in real life, that's a problem. If someone is threatened in real life, that's a problem. If someone goes and gets a false TRO in real life, that's a problem. She's complaining about a lack of boundaries while responding to a post made by someone with a huge lack of boundaries. If you even knew who made this post, this person told AJ to file restraining orders against these people. I can't tell if this person was being serious or trolling her. And I'm going to ask one of my friends if he believes that this person was trolling her or being serious. Because I have to know. Someone tried to reach AJ to get some sense into her. That's a fruitless thing, but well, if you read his post, did any of that resonate with you? The whole not being a victim because you don't stop fighting? That's probably why no one is here supporting you. That's a fair point. And she said, "Who said I was a victim? I sure didn't." Yes, you did. I don't have a victim mentality. Yes, you do. That is a label you are assigning me. I'm not fighting with anyone. What? Again, your perception. I make my opinions and tell my truths. I'm allowed to do so. And your comment doesn't resonate with my pinky toe even. Like, not at all. Try harder. She fights with everyone that she can. Then she said, anyone who goes real life, calls people's jobs, contacts family members, calls the police over YouTube drama is disgusting and should be banned from YouTube. And legal action should be taken against them if they target your children or threaten you. Says the person who went real life and went and got a false TRO on someone. And she threatened me, saying that if I didn't shut up, I would be next. And I have the emails. And Save Robbie's super hot attorney, Chris Ponce, has a copy of those. So by her logic, she should be banned from YouTube. Okay. The only important part of this long bullshit is at the bottom. Because this post is to noodle mash. And she says, If anyone ever says to me again that I abused the legal system, I'll point you in this lady's direction and show who actually did that. And then I replied, you abused the legal system. Try me, boo-boo. This is probably what led to this whole thing. But, you know. This was actually a couple of days before this. Some time ago, AJ had claimed that she had actually blocked me from this channel so that she couldn't see my posts. And then she posts here, Siren Jag, why don't you get your facts straight before you spread more lies? I did not speak with his, save Robbie's, lawyer. This is not true. Mrs. P, I most certainly did show up to court. You are spreading a lie. Lycan Legion, you're the only person embarrassing anyone, kid lover creep. Whose child are you making videos on next? See, this is the problem. All of you run with lies, words that aren't true, based on the mouth of a liar. Shaking my head, you are all pathetic. Okay, there's lots wrong with this post, but I'm just going to get to my reply. I said you called the attorney's office, dear. No receptionist is just going to put you straight through to the opposing party's attorney and expect to keep a job. They're expected to weed you out. If we're going to talk lies, though, didn't you tell everyone that you have me blocked? So you shouldn't even see my comments. Good job lying to everyone. Good Lord, I caught you again. We have to stop meeting like this. She's really not doing well with this YouTube thing. And by the way, she didn't show up to court in the first hearing. She dialed in by Zoom when, as far as we can tell, she didn't have permission to do so from the court. But she's calling that her court appearance. But she did get a scolding from the judge, but there's only one way to settle this. So, AJ, if you would like to settle this, the easiest way would be for you to post the email from the court clerk giving you permission to dial into that hearing. Redacted, of course. I've called for this once. And if you don't post it, we'll all just assume you're lying, as we all know you are. So until we see otherwise, we'll just assume you're lying. Okay, this was on one of her different channels. For the 70,000th time, I do not condone any real-life actions on anybody. Just ignore the rest of it because we all know she went real life on Robbie. With a false TRO. Oh, at the bottom it does say, I keep YouTube on YouTube. Y'all. Y'all. Okay, this says 3 hours, but it was actually like 2 weeks ago. This video I made when Lycan Legion struck down 2 of my channels, this is what happened. Like I said in my community post, I will not address lies or try to prove them anymore. I will, however, continue to tell my truth, perspective, and opinions. Remember, this is 2 weeks ago. She says she's not going to address lies or try to prove them anymore. Then another post, I will no longer engage in defending myself against lies. I've always done that and I'm tired. The amount of time it takes to keep up with the lies is too much. Remember, she's not going to engage in this anymore. This is 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, she's not going to engage anymore. No more engaging, folks. No more engaging. She said it herself. And then 3 days ago, here she goes. I'm at the end of my rope with Robbie. I made a community post, blah, 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 blah. Some people you just can't. Good job not engaging. Someone posted this on my Facebook feed. If you don't find farts funny, then you're a loser because you're choosing to have less joy in your life, but the exact same amount of farts. Very true, Emily Heller. You earned that blue check mark. We're going to have a little chat, folks, about public figures. A public figure, according to the case Gertz versus Robert Welch, is an individual who has assumed roles of especial prominence in the affairs of society or, for a limited purpose, public figure, has thrust themselves into the forefront of particular public controversies to influence the resolution of the issues involved. Public figures also include individuals who have achieved pervasive fame or notoriety. Whether a party is a public figure is a question of law for the court. Public figures who wish to recover for injury to reputation must establish that the defendant acted with actual malice. Because that's all about defamation. It's a question of law for the court. Now, the Supreme Court has defined public figures as those who hold government office and those who have achieved a role of special prominence in the affairs of society by reason of notoriety of their achievements or vigor and success, with which they seek public's attention. Because the First Amendment to the United States Constitution applies to speech concerning public figures, the Supreme Court's definition of a public figure, rather than state law, controls the determination of whether a plaintiff is a public figure for purposes of defamation. Private figures are those ordinary individuals who have not sought out the public spotlight or thrust themselves into the discussion of highly public and contentious issues. By not seeking the limelight, courts recognize that private figures have not invited attention or comment on their actions. As such, private figures are generally entitled to a higher degree of protection and privacy. Remember all that, folks, because we're going to have to bring it back up. Now, since I started doing these videos, I've avoided taking anything from Jessica Lynn's posts and chats. Not because there wasn't anything there, because there most certainly was content there, but because I had an amount of respect for her, because the first time I had left Natasha's community, she provided a place for me to go and socialize, and she was one of the people who stood up for me. And even when I knew that she was talking about me behind my back, I still didn't take any content from her chats. Even when she decided to call me Say Robbie's bitch, even though I admit to being Say Robbie's bitch. Let's not get that twisted. I mean, that's in my channel description. I still didn't take any content from her. But she finally posted this. So tonight we're going to have a little bit of a breakdown. This has obviously become a real issue as of late. I've received quite a few emails from people, have you, who's had their comments used against them on a different channel as content and how it made them feel. You literally know nothing about a subscriber other than their username and what they may or may not share within a chat they're comfortable. Unlike you, a channel owner who chose to open yourself up and let people in on a more personal level, you don't know their struggles, life stories, current situations, nothing. Therefore, you have no idea the impact your attempt at shame can have. It's really a gross move. It amazes me some of those who use subscribers' comments as content gets angry being held accountable for their comments as creators, but have no issue doing it to subs who don't have the platform to respond or defend themselves, let alone the fact that they didn't sign up for this type of uneven attention. If you can't handle criticism, don't become a public figure. We'll go slowly. subscribers know nothing about me other than what I share. Subscribers all have avenues to respond or defend themselves. Everyone who has a YouTube account has a channel. All they have to do is hit record and use it. It is not uneven attention. They are just as accountable to people who read their words as I would be for saying them on a panel. They could be reported to YouTube for their words, just like I could be reported to YouTube for mine. And YouTube creators of our size are not public figures. As we're going to go back up here, we have not achieved any roles of special prominence in the affairs of society by notoriety of our achievements or vigor and success for seeking public attention. We don't have followings of that size especially in the United States, in a nation of 350 million people, with our followings of 1,500 people, 5,000 people. Not even in our little community. We don't meet that standard. There is no limelight in our community. This isn't Hollywood. At the same time, we're all commenting on each other. And as this, what I don't know what that meme is. No one can read a meme that thing, but it's an attempt to claim that the person talking about the comments of subscribers has a fragile ego. No, no. Everyone who reads subscriber comments talks about subscriber comments. Every subscriber can also comment back. Then she said, I'll be offering all of you who've had this happen a voice rather than be directly on panel, through email, or simply commenting in chat. Really? Are you going to offer all of the nameless people that have supplied the comments that I've used a voice? How will you know? How will you know that? How will you know that I've used their comments? And they're not lying. I've used Mrs. Portland's comments. How did that recent relationship with Mrs. Portland work out for you? Someone commented directly and said, thank you. I've been told there have been long discussions about me. Nope, didn't know who the hell you were. I don't even watch those people anymore, so that I don't know here can't hurt me, lol. But seriously, some love to go after people they think don't have a voice. Everyone has a voice. It's awesome that you are doing this, as there is no way for us to be truly heard. Use your channel. Ugh. I'm starting a channel not related to drama at all, and I'm preparing content for it. I will soon use this channel to express my thoughts regarding all the nonsense that goes here. You just said it wasn't for drama. This is a pet peeve of mine. We are allowed free speech without harassment or intimidation, as long as no laws are broken. This is a new tactic used by creators who have nothing else to spin their webs of deception. Leave us alone. Oh yeah, that's me. I'm Spider-Man. Woo! Spider-Man. Where are you coming from, Spider-Man? Nobody knows who you are. There is no free speech on YouTube. Sorry. There's no free speech on YouTube. They try, but everyone has to obey those terms of service and community guidelines. Harassment. Noun. The act of systematic and/or continued unwanted and annoying actions of one party or a group, including threats and demands. The purposes may vary, including racial prejudice, personal malice, an attempt to force someone to quit a job or grant sexual favors, apply illegal pressure to collect a bill, or merely gain sadistic pleasure for making someone anxious or fearful. Such activities may be the basis for a lawsuit if, due to discrimination based on race or sex, a violation of the statutory limitations on collection agencies, involve revenge by an ex-spouse, or be shown to be a form of blackmail. And there's more. Extinct Tube, who I'm not redacting, that's a creator, says, wow, amazing post. Yes, so very of my comments. What? So very of my comments have been used over many months by Booble, and I was blocked from responding. That's because you were harassing her. And you tried to harass me. She stalked me, bullied me, harassed me, defamed me, lied. Just saying. Nope, you're lying. Jessica Lynn says, I'm sorry. And someone else says, you're just misunderstood, X. You've always had people's best interest at heart. Your words are very captivating, yet misunderstood. That's bullshit, y'all. That's bullshit. The problem with that is not the shame for me. I have no shame. What is wrong is being blocked and not having a platform to express a contrary point of view or explanation. Kind of Stalinistic. You have a channel. By the way, I was put in YouTube jail for a week for a comment. I appealed and it only lasted 3 days. I don't threaten, use vulgar language, or lie. I will not be censored. You were just put in YouTube jail for a week. Apparently, you will be censored. Surprised Mr. Noodle isn't concerned with his wife constantly stroking another younger man's ego. Very odd indeed. And then the same person, maybe she contracted her cough from the fungus. Oh, that's classy. Good job, you. Talking about their mental health. What about everyone's mental health on here? Oh, that's right. They only care when it is them. And when did you care about other people's mental health? When Mrs. Portland was in chat. You stopped caring about Noodle Mash's mental health. And then when Mrs. Portland and Jessica Lynn fell out, you stopped caring about even Mrs. Portland's. She should have considered, that's should have considered, that when she became not only a creator, but one in the drama community. This makes no sense. This is a failed shot at logic. And then had YouTube pay for this hearing, that's making it YouTube's business. Okay, so she's trying to convince someone now that Susan, what's her name, the president of YouTube, wrote a check to pay the retainer for Noodle Mash's attorney. So therefore, Noodle Mash's mental health is the business of everyone on YouTube. I'm sorry, that is not how it works. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. She thinks she knows the laws so well. That case is closed. She can't add F all to it. FOIA, Noodle Mash. Look it up, lol. Hate to tell you, but lots of people don't know the law in that case. The hearing has ended, but that case will continue to be ongoing because that stalking order can still be violated. And lots of people apparently don't realize that that hearing is over because lots of people claim that they will be contacting the judge to let the judge know about Noodle Mash's supposed behavior, as if that could change anything. Apparently, this was addressing Noodle Mash. But you're mistaken when you stated you're the only one who can determine the lifetime order was broken. The legal system isn't a game. Wasting court resources, lying to a judge, breaking the ruling. You've made it clear that the restraining order was taken out under false pretenses by how quickly your fear not you are fear, it's your fear dissipated just to remain part of. That's not a sentence. Despicable. Okay. No, that's not how it works. The if Noodle Mash believes the order was broken, she can report it, and the judge determines whether or not anything will come of that. And you can believe the court resources were wasted, but that is neither here nor there at the moment because the order is in place. And Noodle Mash cannot break the ruling because she is not under any ruling. And I have no idea what the end of your last sentence is. I have no idea what the end of your last sentence means. None. It's not even a sentence. Hey, save Robbie. I guess that behind the scenes piece you wanted wasn't genuine. Glad I didn't fall for the BS again. Okay, so you attack Robbie and attack Robbie and attack Robbie. He finally responds publicly, and then you say, I guess you didn't want peace after all. Okay. Someone posted that the community went to crap after she joined. And she wrote, it couldn't go to crap when I joined, given I was one of the first to make this entire community. The first to make this entire community. You remember that, folks. It absolutely went downhill, went those who are worse than what the went downhill, went those who are worse than what this community was built upon calling out have become comfortable here. Not a sentence, but I'm just going to forget any of that rest of I'm just going to forget the rest of that happened because we're going to concentrate on that first part. I was one of the first to make this entire community. Well, we're going to check that out, Jessica Lynn. Granny's watching. Joined August 1st, 2021. Well, now, I'm not the biggest on the true crime community, but let's see someone who has been around a long time in the true crime community. Let's see the Glarer. Joined August 27th, 2013. Oh, well, we'll check out someone else. There's 10 to Life. Annie Lee's 470K. She's doing great. Joined January 28th, 2016. And here's someone, Crafton and Kim, joined July 2nd, 2011. I mean, kind of looking like that claim didn't hold up. I mean, I joined May 25th, 2017. Of course, I wasn't in the true crime community that long, but Save Robbie's relapse happened June 2021. That's before Granny's Watching even started her channel. And I had been in the community for a little over a year at that point. I mean, someone else posting. Mrs. P, post this on your community post. You're a leer. You spoke directly to Noodle Mash on panel with Lycan while you were both were in his chat. Everyone's seen and heard it. Denial will not help you this time. Mrs. P and Noodle Mash were both in the same chat telling people not to attack the other. And now that you all have had all this falling out, you're going to attack her for it? After hearing about baby Olivia, I realized we never know what someone is going through offline. Seeing people weaponizing a disabled woman who has no control over her emotions or any idea they're toying with her. A line needs to be drawn. It's clear these vultures depend on my responses and feed off them. It's all a big game to them, a disgusting one I don't want to play. And then what happened? Then what happened? You found out you had no idea how to deal with Mrs. Portland. You found out you had no idea how to deal with Mrs. Portland, and then you got rid of her. And what happened to Mrs. Portland's behavior after that? So you never knew what she was going through offline. So what did you do to this disabled woman? After being in YouTube jail, not able to comment due to being reported by a complete loser, I'm back, and I won't stop opining. Oh, that's a fancy word. I made no threats, nor was I vulgar in any way, never have been. I was just defending a friend's honor. I'll do it again. You have been reported for false striking a sub. I love my country, and it is First Amendment.us. And Jessica Lynn wrote, deport the false reporter trying to tread on your constitutional rights. Oh, yeah, because apparently false reporting someone on YouTube is treason now. It's treason. Are you kidding? It's right up there with espionage. Someone call the firing squad. As I said before, there is no free speech on YouTube. Now, Jessica Lynn, I hope we don't have to have this commentary again. And that's all I have today. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, if you like my 3D eye look, then we like. And subscribe if you're new. Hit the thumbs up. Pound it. Pound it. And hit the bell icon to be notified of my future posts. And super thanks and super chats or all that are active. But it's the holiday season. You know how I feel about that. So, anyway, love y'all, and I'll talk to you next time.